Everton suffered a narrow defeat at Stamford Bridge at the weekend. Frustrating. Just, again, couldn't find a goal when we needed it. Took 2 decent saves from Sanchez, the Chelsea keeper. But overall, just showing up Everton's weaknesses, really, in the final third of the game. Manager David Moyes was asked what he thought about the performance. This is what he had to say.
I think that it was them getting them ready immediately for it. You know, it's moving Big Jake over. We know Jake's done brilliant for us, and Pato's only coming in, only had a couple of games, so it's never easy and against the opposition and the quality of the players. But they stuck at it. They stuck at it, and we certainly grew into the game the longer it went on. And if we'd got a goal, I think the goalkeeper made a couple of really good saves for them, which stopped it. Maybe we should have actually finished them off, to be better, if I was being honest. So, there was certainly positives to take that we came away here and kept the game close. We didn't play at our best. Early part of the season, we were these sort of games we were getting a goal, we were getting them. And I'm saying the early part of the season, the early time when I've come in, we were getting the goals. At the moment, we're struggling just to find those goals, and we just need moments. And Dukes had one, Dwight had one, I can think of, and there was a couple of other moments for half sharing which we didn't quite take.
There you go. Yeah, bit frustrating. Everton did push for the equaliser late on, and it's one of them. It felt a bit like a missed opportunity, but we've known where the deficiencies have been all season, really, in that final third. And although there was a big upturn and David Moyes coming, other players haven't really stepped up to the plate when they needed to. One player that did step up to the plate was Beto. Initially, scored a lot of goals and got us the wins. Hasn't scored for a while now. And David Moyes wasn't best pleased with Beto's contribution in the goal that Chelsea scored at the weekend, the only goal. This is what the manager had to say about the goal.
Yeah, I think if you look at modern football at the moment, you could probably talk about 100 or 200 different goals every week. You're seeing mistakes by goalkeepers, or you're seeing it by centre halves or fullbacks. If you want to call it overplaying or poor play, I think our centre halves had split. Jordan chose to go directly into the striker, which was a pretty good pass, to be honest. I don't think there was much up with it. He has to retain the ball, simple as that. He has to retain the ball, and because of that, it probably cost us the goal. And we were open at that moment when you do that. But you're seeing that you've always seen that type of football, and we're trying to improve. We're trying to get better at retaining possession. We're trying to get better at passing it, and that moment just didn't quite work.
There you go. Protect the ball, Beto, is the name of the game. Or just lay it off. There you go. A narrow defeat. We've got the opportunity to bounce back this Saturday at home to Ipswich Town. 2 games to go. Goodison Park and Everton really need to be winning both of them. Everton have today been linked with a move for Leicester City left-back and Danish international Victor Christensen. Leicester being relegated, obviously the relegation confirmed. Lots of players being linked with moves away. The young defender has been linked with a move to Everton. He's not had a great season. And just reading some comments from some Leicester fans on news that he might be leaving the football club. They don't seem particularly bothered by it, which is normally an indication of how well a player's done over the season. But Everton have been linked with a move for him. I think it's fair to say Everton will be looking for another left-back anyway. We've got one at the club, so we definitely need another one. And I imagine there'll be 3 or 4 who'll be linked in that position. And on from that, Everton have also been linked with a new right-back today. That is another story linking Everton with a move for Brighton's out-of-contract defender next month, Tariq Lamptey. His contract expires on June the 30th. The 24-year-old also being watched by Ajax, apparently. He has made 13 appearances for Brighton in the Premier League this season, scoring twice and getting 2 assists as well. He's made 120 appearances overall for the Seagulls, registering 5 goals. He's full of energy. He's got a lot of pace. Everton don't have any of that. And he can also play left-back as well. Doesn't play that role as well as he plays right-back, in all fairness. But he is comfortable on the ball, obviously. Started off at Chelsea as a right winger and has moved back to right-back. But a free transfer, loads of experience now, of course, playing in the Premier League. I think he would be a good addition for David Moyes, without having to pay a lot of money out for an experienced player. So that one certainly looks like it might have some legs in it. And finally, an outgoing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has today been linked with a move to Tottenham Hotspur. They're the latest Premier League club, apparently showing interest in Everton's out-of-contract striker, or due to run out of contract on June the 30th. And he's been linked, of course, with Newcastle, Arsenal, Manchester United, West Ham in recent weeks. Doesn't look like he's going to end up staying at Everton Football Club, and Spurs, the latest Premier League side to be linked with him. And on top of that, Napoli of Serie A have also been linked with him. That was in the Italian press last night and again this morning. Napoli looking at him. Obviously got a few players out of Britain, Scotland and the Premier League. Scott McTominay, one of them. He scored a brace last night for Napoli. So Antonio Conte knows all about the strengths of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and obviously with a free transfer, yes, you have to pay a signing-on fee and all that, but it's a good way for Napoli to do business. So it'll be an interesting one, that, if Calvert-Lewin does move off to Serie A. That is it for the News Daily. Make sure you check out The Final Word with me and Ped. Like, subscribe, do all that. I'll see you later.